Greetings, grace and peace to you in the mighty name of our Savior Jesus Christ. The whole world is under the threat of COVID-19, a virus which day by day terminates the life of thousands from the face of this earth. Not only a continent or a country, in particular the whole world is frightened on the alarming statistics of death every moment. And this is a moment where once again we are reminded we are mere humans. We have our limitations and that there are things still exist in our lives for which we can't take the control. The helplessness of advanced monitoring systems and a lot of life-saving equipment all convey a simple message to the humans. Look up to God. Cry out loud, pray to the Almighty to eradicate this massive destructor from the face of this earth. COVID-19, which ultimately can cause death in some and some it may not, and it shows no discrimination in choosing its victims. All stand equal in front of it and it decides the fate of many. But precautionary measures put forward by both the central and the state governments have to be obeyed without any compromise or excuse. Any minor flaw from our side will cost our lives and many around. Let us hope and pray that God will definitely hear His children crying and suffering in its worst form to save the preciousness of life. And through this media, I consider it as a God-given time and chance to address you in this grief-stricken moment where the circumstances doesn't permit us to gather together in churches for worship. Even during this tough time, I think instead of being disappointed, we must gather strength and courage to lead our lives forward in the light of the God-given word. And this morning, I would like to share with you a short meditation on the basis of Mark chapter 10, verses from 46 to 52, the gospel lesson for this day, and the theme, with the theme Cross and the Restoring Christ. The Gospel of Mark chapter 10 verses from 46 to 52 presents an incident in which Jesus is getting involved in the life of Bartimaeus, a blind man, at the same time a beggar too. Towards the end of this portion, he undergoes an entire transformation in his life. His sight got restored and he took a decision by himself to follow Jesus wherever he goes. First thought which I would like to share with you is Bartimaeus was sure of the fact that if restoration has to be happened in his life, that could be only through Jesus. Bartimaeus thought, if a restoration has to be happened in my life, that could be done only through Jesus. That affirmation made him to cry aloud, addressing Jesus as the son of David and to show mercy on him. He was least bothered about the people who were around him and who were with Jesus at that time, who told him to be quiet. He raised his voice and he cried aloud. You see what had happened? Jesus paused for a moment and he told his disciples to call him. The situation around us today has to be changed, has to be renewed, and a restoration is much needed. The world is groaning. People around the globe are crying. If a restoration has to be happened, are we sure of the fact that with Jesus that is possible? Our cries must stop Jesus, and that will change the entire scenario. Second thought I try to share from the attitude of the disciples towards this blind beggar, Bartimaeus. When Jesus told his disciples to bring Bartimaeus to him, it is touching what the disciples say to this blind man. Take heart, get up, he is calling you. Throwing off his cloak, he sprang up and came to Jesus. Then the healing miracle had happened. Jesus appreciates his faith and he followed him on the way. Today we miss people who have the mind to go to the needy and share the good news of Jesus is calling you. Get up we are with you. The name of Jennifer Haller can't easily be forgotten by anyone who regularly updates the news regarding the corona pandemic. The pharmaceutical world is toiling day and night with its full strength to find a vaccine to prevent or to treat the harmful coronavirus. Amidst many challenges for the medicines to be tested in humans, Jennifer, along with a few like-minded people, herself has come and showed her readiness to get injected with the trial vaccine for COVID-19. What the world has seen in her is a selfless mind to restore the affected world from the disaster. Even though the world of science or Jennifer Haller herself don't know the after effects of this medicine, the injected medicine. Today, Jennifer stands as an icon of generosity who attempts to restore the global race from a huge disaster. She responded about this. Everybody is feeling so helpless right now. And I realized that there was something that I could do to help. And I'm excited to be here. What a touching statement. These days, many around us are deprived of the basic necessities. Many undergo severe financial constraints. Extend your arms of care and concern. Bereaved families, those who live in fear and those who are anxious about their dear ones who live in a foreign land, and those who are perplexed about the security of their job. Yes, many need us this moment. Give them the courage to live, to face the situation. Show them that a restoration is possible through Jesus. And Jesus had showed it ultimately on the cross too. Yes, let many see the light of Jesus through you. May God bless you. Wishing you a blessed Sunday.